muscle known as Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy. And now you get to meet him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Dave Bautista. Not quite sure why you're called the muscle. I'm not understanding that.
So I met most everybody here, all right?
Yes. So there's nothing to talk about then, right? All right, I'm just gonna chill here for 45 minutes. How you doing? How's Columbus Street here?
Pretty good. Yeah, I haven't really done anything since I got here. I went to sleep, I woke up, I came here.
Do you have a chance to go do something like after the show?
No, it's been kind of crazy because I just came back from Germany. I was in Germany this week for Bond and then came straight here. So I'm a little bit out of it.
Also, Bond's still shooting then?
No. We were there just on initial promotional stuff.
Promotional stuff. Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've seen clips.
And?
It's pretty awesome.
How cool is that you get to be, I assume, a Bond villain, right?
You can assume.
How is it cool just to be in a Bond franchise?
It's weird, man. Honestly, it's so weird, man. This whole thing has just been kind of crazy, kind of surreal for me. It really just hit. Like for 3 years, I couldn't get a job. I was just auditioning, trying to get jobs. And I got Guardians, and I kind of couldn't believe that I got that. And then when it came out, it blew up so big, and I just started getting phone call, getting offered on. So this is actually the first year I've been able to make a living as an actor.
And well, I think it's well deserved. Were you typecast as a wrestler? Was that the issue?
That was the thing. That was the reason I was turning down a lot of jobs that I was offered because they were, I didn't want to get typecast. So I actually, I took acting pretty seriously. I wanted people to know that I was taking it seriously. I just didn't want to be a big musclehead, or go on playing a big musclehead. Typical action stuff. I just didn't want to do it.
I can see that, absolutely. Well, I'm thinking, and I'm pretty sure the room would agree that the persistence is paying off now with being in a Marvel franchise, 007, Kickboxer. I mean, you got some nice momentum going right now. What's next? Where do you go from here?
Well, here. I'm going to be here for a little while, then I'm going to go into the other room.
Okay, fair enough. Green room, restroom. Let me ask you this, one more thing about 007 here. A lot of talk that Daniel Craig may be done with the James Bond role. Right. You get to work with them. What are your thoughts on this?
Put me right on the spot.
Yeah.
I've heard the same rumors. And, I've actually talked to him a little bit about it. I don't know. I don't think it's confirmed that he's done, but
listen. See all these people, honey?
I do know.
They're looking for a good old boy from Alabama to fill that role. They're looking for somebody with an accent that's not necessarily a British accent. I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
It works for me, man.
Hell yeah. Works for me. What? You want me to sit down? Yeah, we can do that. So, Mr. Bautista, tell me. What was it like working with Michael Rooker?
It was the most amazing experience ever. I learned so much, and he's just so easy to look at. He's just so good looking, and so intelligent, so well spoken, and he's such a well-endowed man. He's my idol.
I know. Yeah, his body is.
Did I cover it all?
Amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
He's got every joint in his body is swelling up. And knee right there. And then my shoulder is bad. Sometimes both shoulders hurt. So I'm like, what the hell's going on with me? I want to be Dave Bautista, but I ain't. So tell me, Dave, did you enjoy working on that British film as opposed to the American film that was filmed in Britain? Which did you like best?
Guardians.
Oh, damn right, baby!
much camaraderie. It was just, were we ever serious? It was just fun.
You know what? I never got a chance to work really with that little rodent thing. The Rocky Raccoon guy. Well, you don't know what it is because really it's not really a raccoon, yeah? I mean, it's more intelligent than you usually. Yeah, it's very intelligent. It's been manipulated.
Ain't no thing like me except me.
That's right, that's right. Well, we had a great time on Guardians of the Galaxy, and I thank Dave here for allowing me to bust up his...
Like I had a choice.
But, Dave, I don't know how you do these things. You do a lot of Q&As?
I don't, because they're just, I don't know.
Yeah, he's shy, a little bit shy.
He is.
Elvis, being shy. Elvis was shy.
Rooker, he's a bit shy as well.
I've always been very shy. I'm a total introvert. Everybody knows it. And they're just wondering, how is it possible that I actually can speak in front of people? And I tell you what, I just don't know. I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth.
Nobody does.
My next breath.
That's what we're all waiting for.
I don't even have an inkling of what I'm about to say.
Can I tell my favorite Michael Rooker story?
Oh,
You want
yeah.
to hear my Michael Rooker story?
Oh.
This just sums him up.
Go for it.
So, flew my fiance over to London, where we're from, Guardians of the Galaxy. Have you heard this story? So, I fly her over, she comes over, and she's very, like myself, she's very quiet, very shy. Go to introduce her to Rooker. I said, Michael, I want you to introduce, and before I got that out of my mouth, he picked her up and started running away with her. So I'm standing there in the middle of the introduction. All I want to see is my fiance's face looking at me while he's running away.
And she's
And I'm just
like,
saying, bring her back.
who is this crazy person?
So that, I think that pretty much sums up Michael Rooker.
Dave leaves out a good part of the story. Afterwards, Dave said, don't do that again. Okay!
That's not okay. In what universe is this okay?
Exactly. Oh my God. You guys are ready? You ready for The Walking Dead Season 6?
Yeah!
Who's ready for that? Who's ready for that? Because it's going to be killer. It's going to be awesome and it's going to be great. All my buddies are in there and they're going to have a lot of fun doing it. But what I'm ready for is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. James Gunn. You know what? I don't know about you, Dave, but oh, that's nice. What is it? M&M's? That's your dinner? M&M's and a little skewer of
Blood sugar's getting a little low.
something's there. I don't know. Eat it. James Gunn is awesome. He wrote these awesome three-dimensional roles. As an actor, whenever you get a script, you read the script and go, yeah, this would be cool if this would happen maybe, or this would happen maybe. Just to fill in some of the holes in this character's development. But you don't have to do any of that with his scripts. They're there.
And he adapts as he goes, and the best thing is when you're reading a new line and James has stuck the line in there, but he hasn't told you, and he's just waiting for you to read it, so because he's sitting there giggling, I don't remember this line.
How about
Because they're so ridiculous.
How about when he writes blah, 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 blah? And of course, I never say blah, blah, blah. I end up saying a book about you, and he's like listening, going like, and then so he gets it, And then he starts reading me lines, "Ba-ba-doo-boo-doo-boo-doo-boo-doo-boo." And then I, of course, interpret that as, "Ba-ba-ba-dee-ga-da-boo-dee-ba-da-ba-dee-ba-doo-boo." You know, and we go on for like 10, 15 minutes in that scene until, most of us are practically peeing our pants. It is just unbelievable stuff that we do. Dave Bautista, I love you. You are so cool.
I love you too, man.
Get your blood sugar up. I'm going to go and ice my knee. And I think you guys are just amazing. Thank you for coming out and seeing us. And thank you for showing the love to Mr. Dave Bautista. Is he not an amazing Q&A-er?
First ever.
Here, make it like stereo. Hello. Does that make a difference? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
Any other Guardians want to crash this panel?
You never know.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for that drive-by Michael Rooker there. Let's get to some fan Q&A. These guys have been very patient here. We'll start with the youngin.
If the WWE asks you to come back, will you come back?
It's not that I don't want to go back. Just right now my schedule doesn't permit. I actually did recently try to go back. We just couldn't get the dates figured out. And what I wanted to do is steal a page out of Chris Jericho's book and go back and do house shows, which are not televised events. Which to me make more sense because it's just me and the audience, or the entertainers in the audience, and you don't have to worry about the creative stuff that TV's shoving down everybody's throats. So to me it sounds more appealing. So I did try to work it out, but it just didn't work out. Hopefully it will soon because I miss it.
Throughout your career, what was what would you say the biggest challenge of your career going from wrestling to acting?
I think the biggest challenge was actually just familiarizing people with who I am as a person instead of the guy they saw in WWE. Because the guy they saw in WWE was kind of a one-dimensional character. And it wasn't the type of character that I wanted to play in films, and I also just didn't want to get typecast as that guy. That guy's easy to play. They could stick me in 100 movies and always be the same guy, and that's not what I wanted to do. I really wanted to pursue acting. So that was the thing. It's just kind of getting people familiar with myself. It's just meant knocking on a lot of doors, man. A lot of auditions, a lot of meetings, and it wasn't easy because just when people perceive you to be a certain way, especially with the way I look, you're just kind of stuck in it. I just don't want to be stuck in it.
One more quick question. How difficult was it to adjust to the CG screen, Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't too bad, man, because we had the sets that they had were ridiculous, man. I mean, Marvel they just didn't cut any corners, man. The sets were very elaborate, very large, very elaborate, and it was kind of easy to get kind of sucked into it. There wasn't probably as much green screen as you would think, because a lot of the cities were, there were actual sets. A lot of the larger, when you go out and see parts of space, and that was CGI. But we didn't, a lot of stuff was just on set. And also the stuff that we did with Rocket and Groot, who had been animated in the film, or CGI in the film, but we had actors playing the part, so they were easy to interact with, so it wasn't that much of a challenge, man, because they're really talented actors.
Thank you.
Hi. How did you get the role for Guardians of the Galaxy, and did you have any second thoughts when accepting the role?
Oh, hell no. No, I fought for this role, and it was a long auditioning process. I'm talking about 3 or 4 months of auditioning. I was auditioning, I think 3 or 4 auditions, 3 or 4 screen tests. So it was a long, lengthy process. Now when I was told that I got the role, I broke down because I didn't think. Even my agent, when I went into audition for the role, my agent gave me really low expectations. It was a really long shot, but it's from Marvel, it's a big film. So when I said you the audition for this, so I didn't have high hopes. They actually called me back the same day and said, would you stay in town and come brief with the director? And that's when I started really just, oh my God, this is real. So no, I fought really hard for this role, and I never had a second thoughts.
Thank you.
To expand off of that a little bit, Guardians in hindsight was a great movie, big hit, people loved it, but up until then, that was kind of a long shot movie in the Marvel Universe. Chris Pratt was not a household name at that time. What did the cast expect from that movie? You guys had a great time shooting it, as shown by Rooker's crashing, but what did you think? Like, that was probably the biggest gamble Marvel took to date.
I think, yeah, I think there is, I mean, you can look at it that way, but I don't think they ever felt that way. You certainly never made us feel that way, which is why, I mean, you really see that they tried to familiarize people with the Guardians well before the film came out. We did a lot of promotional stuff, and they were not afraid to get behind it. So I don't think, we ever thought that way. Everybody was a little bit, pins and needles waiting, because you never know until after opening weekend if people are going to actually come out. Even if you know you got like an incredible movie, but until people actually come out and watch it. But this was after, the first reviews came out, and so much, hype off of just people's reactions. We knew we had something special now. I think the whole way through the creative process, we all knew. You're right, we were all kind of just watching biscuits, man, which I think added to the chemistry of the film. I think the only one, who really, you always felt like she was a movie star, was Zoe. She always felt like a movie star to us, and we always kind of looked at her and treated her as a movie star, but she's actually really down there. The rest of us, like me and Chris, and just, so I always,
Looking forward to Deadpool?
yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then my girl Gina's in it, Gina Carano's a friend, and I'm really excited that she's in it, but I love Ryan Reynolds and I love Deadpool, so I'm super excited. I love it, they poke fun at Green Lantern.
Yeah, the in-jokes, bending the fourth wall, I believe it's called.
Hi. So I was reading up on botany, and apparently there are some varieties of trees that actually have distinct genders, and you can tell a female by the fact that it'll grow flowers and seed pods. Then I was remembering Guardians, and I'm like, wait, Groot grew a flower for the little girl and those glowing seed pods.
Right.
So I gotta ask, is Groot a girl?
Until now, I had never questioned it was a male, but I guess, Groot could be a female with a very deep voice. I don't know, I have to talk to Vin about that, you might want to ask.
Thank you.
Which is cool because, that may leads, give somewhere to go because Groot is starting life again, from fresh. Maybe Groot will have a non-Vin Diesel voice.
Good question.
Yeah.
Are you scared of going to Suplex City?
Are you scared of going to Suplex City?
I've been to Suplex City before. Are you kidding me? I wrestled Chris Benoit, took me to Suplex City many times. There's plenty of guys take me to Suplex City. Been there, done that. Next question.
Your fiance, her name's Sarah, right?
Yeah, how'd you?
Well, I'm actually her cousin. I live over in Lancaster, Ohio.
Okay, cool.
And then my great aunt, Mary
Are you
Chevalier.
a McInerney?
What?
Clausen? McInerney?
What's that?
No, never mind.
But I was wondering if you knew that I was related to you.
You're not related to me yet. But in a few weeks you will be related to me.
Yeah. All right.
All right, cool.
On that note, if that's happening in a few weeks, early congratulations.
Thank you very much. Let's try it again.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Batista. First of all, congratulations. And
Thank you.
if it ever came down to it, would you face The Undertaker again?
Oh man, I'd love to. I would literally take money. I'd do it for free. I'm not kidding. I seriously would. I love that dude. I loved working with him. And I would actually pay to go back and have another run with him.
Well, actually, Mr. Batista, bit of information is that you two are on parallel as far as I'm concerned. You're both my favorite male superstars
Oh,
in the
thanks.
WWE.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you.
It was an honor, sir.
What do you think is better, your acting career or your wrestling career?
At this point, a wrestler, yeah, for sure. My accolades to wrestling, I think, are, if you sum them all up and looked at them, I have to say sometimes I don't think I'm given credit for what I achieved in wrestling, but I think I'm pretty proud of what I did there. And not only, just what I achieved in the public eye, but what I did, behind the curtain. I think it's really blessed my life to be there and to help other people along the way, put others, guys over. And I think I did everything. I'm proud of what I did there. I did leave, but I left on the right way. I didn't just walk out the door. I just didn't just disappear. I gave the company 9 months notice, and I left for the right reasons at the right time. So now I'm very proud of my wrestling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, what's your favorite match be, and are you gonna be in Avengers?
I don't know about the Avengers thing, but I can easily say my favorite wrestling match was with Rey Mysterio, and it was an untelevised event. It was actually in Mexico. And it was not a match that was scheduled to happen, but I begged and pleaded to have this match in Mexico with Rey because I wanted to work, as a heel against Rey Mysterio in his home country. And I think it was easily one of the best matches I've ever had. It was the best match. It's my favorite match that nobody will ever see.
Then how do we know?
Well, I tell you how, when I came back, I got a standing ovation from the locker room. And that's when you know that you did something right.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I was going to ask you about your experience down in OVW, but nobody has anything positive to say about that. So I'll ask you, inspired by the heel work, as an actor, what inspired your great I Quit heel promo with the neck brace? Was it Andy Kaufman?
That would have been good inspiration, but no, it was, I don't think there was one particular thing that inspired it. It was just the whole run leading up to it, and I think it was just such a ridiculous way to go out. I just wanted to make it like over the top ridiculous. So it wasn't one thing. It was just the whole thing leading up to it. It was everything about it, and just the whole thing. I mean, the little subtle things in that, about like wheeling me down in the chair and then picking the chair up and putting it in the ring, re-walk. I mean, even if you notice, when I walk up the steps, I pushed on the ref's head to just kind of leverage myself. Just the whole thing was ridiculous, and I wanted it to be over the top ridiculous because I wanted to go out with a bang.
Did you stop making bets with them after that?
Oh yeah. Don't bet with a better.
Probably a good idea. Harley Quinn.
How long did you do your makeup for Guardians of the Galaxy?
It took about 4 hours to put on, and it took a couple hours to take off. So it was rough. It was only rough because it was most days I had to be there before everyone, and I left after everyone left. But because we have turnaround times, usually I had to do quick turnaround, so there was nights where I was sleeping like 2-3 hours, just to be able to get there early to do my makeup. So it was a little rough.
What do you do during that time? Are people entertaining? Can you play on your phone?
No,
What do you do?
That's a cool thing because I had like a team of 5 people, and they were just so funny. It was like every day it was really just kind of hanging out, and like 4 hours just fly by because you get 5 funny people in one room doing, turning the guy green. There's gonna be a few laughs. So really, it was just like hanging out with my buddies for 4 hours a day.
That's good. Did you ever get in trouble for laughing too much? Like you're messing up the makeup or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And there were some funny things because that's some like pretty intimate thing. They gotta put that makeup on. They gotta get down and pull your pants down.
They get to know you quite well, yeah.
They know you very well. They're familiar with every interview. And there were some pretty embarrassing moments, but it just all good laughs.
Hello. My personal favorite feud of yours would be Edge in 2008, like the entire year. I was just wondering, what are some of the other, I know you mentioned Rey Mysterio, but what are some other guys that you really enjoyed working with? And when you do go back, are there any new people that you'd like to?
There's not a whole lot of people that I didn't enjoy working with except for the great which was just always such, and I like him as a person, I like him a lot, he's such a good dude. But it was challenging working with him because he was not only very physically limited, but he was also he wasn't very cooperative in what he was willing to do. And you can't, I mean, when a guy's 7 foot something, 300 something pounds, and you want him to do something, but he doesn't want to do it.
Like in the Punjabi prison match.
I'm actually very proud of that match, because the one they had the year before was total crap. And we came back the next year and we actually made it interesting, I thought. With him being unlimited on what he could do, I thought it actually was a very interesting match, and we worked really hard to make it interesting. And I'm actually so very proud of that match. But I enjoyed working with everybody, man. I can't think of anybody I really didn't have fun working with.
What about the young crowd? The second part of his question there, anybody like NXT?
I love it. I've put him over a million times, but I love Bray Wyatt. I think he's incredible. But I also like, who I really love is Adam Rose. I could watch Adam Rose all day long. I think he's just entertaining as hell. So either, I think him and also Titus O'Neil, who's a good friend of mine, who I don't think they've used him the right way. I think he could be doing so much more for the company. He wants to do more. So definitely Titus.
Found another Adam Rose fan. This is amazing.
I love Adam. He's entertaining from day one.
We're gonna talk about Adam Rose more backstage in a moment. Joker's turn.
Do you still work out since you don't wrestle anymore?
Oh man, it's something I've done my whole life. I think I would be a nutcase if I didn't work out. So
I think you're starting to lose your girlish figure there.
It's actually, I've had to work harder at trimming down and being a smaller person. Because I'm naturally a very large person, but it's actually been quite a chore to get some of the weight off of me.
In Guardians, Magnetic Blake's back. It's almost as if we wanted to hear Drax say something about the literal. Was there anything there that might have got?
I don't know, and we did so much with a lot of those scenes that was edited out. So, because a lot of the stuff we did was very ad-lib. It was very improv. And it was, like Michael was saying earlier, there was a lot of times when James would just scream over the microphone, say it this way, say it that way. I'll say this, just say that. So we'd be doing line after line after line. And so the way they edited it, I don't know if they intentionally edited it a certain way, but the way it actually ended up, it was just one of a million ways we shot it. And we shot it just so many different ways. Even the thing when I say the line during that scene where I wasn't listening, I wasn't paying attention, I was thinking something else. We went back and shot that over because James wanted me, and you probably won't notice, but in the beginning of the scene, he wanted me moving around and like looking around, not really paying attention, so he can make an argument that I really wasn't paying attention. I was on something else. So we just shot that like a whole bunch of different ways. And then they edited it the way they thought would work best.
Thank you.
All right, since you had to entertain everybody with that, I want to do this for you.
Oh, jeez.
I'm D-Ball's bitch. But anyways, my question.
You're doing your Elvis voice.
I'm D-Ball's bitch. My question to you is, you said your passion's acting. Would you want to make the leap into comedy, or do you like action movies?
Yeah, no, I love all of the above, man. I'm like a true fan of film, and I actually have a couple things on the table right now that are comedies that we're trying to work out the dates for. And I don't think they'd be upset, but one's with Melissa McCarthy, and the other one's with Kevin James. And so I'd be playing opposite both of those. We're trying to work out the dates, and hopefully they will work. And I don't think I'd get any grief for announcing that, but hopefully I'll be doing films with them, because I think they're both hysterical.
And my second question was, who is your favorite actor or actress growing up?
Man, I was always a Mickey Rourke fan. I love Mickey Rourke, man. He's amazing. He's the one that's popping out in my head right now. But you go way back, man. I really love classics like Killing Mockingbird is my favorite movie of all time. I think Gregory Peck, Humphrey Bogart, guys like that. I always kind of love the classic guys. I don't know. That's a huge question for me. It's a long conversation because I really am a huge fan of films.
I'm going to go away from the wrestling and the acting and ask you about, I know you're a member of the Imperials with your car. and it's dedicated to Eddie Guerrero. May I ask what your make and model of that is?
It's a 64 pound.
That is very cool.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I have one other quick question. On, once you made your return to WWE this last time, there was a Twitter follower who became Batista's skinny jeans.
I love it. Yeah.
And then it soon changed after you left. It went to Dean Ambrose's jeans.
It's everybody's skinny
But
jeans.
it's everybody's jeans. I noticed you're wearing skinny jeans today, so I'm going to make sure that this is just a comment that I'm going to go back on the Twitter sphere and let him know that Batista is still in the Batista skinny jeans and we need to get back on that.
You know, funny thing is the ones that I always seem to rip on TV, like I have this habit of blowing out my crotch on TV. They're always my looser jeans. They're never the skinny ones that actually rip. So I think that's the thing. Like skinny jeans are good luck for me.
They are a very good look for you, by the way. Thank you.
Congratulations on the 007 role, by the way. I did not know about that until now.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
2 questions. One, how is it like working with Christoph Waltz?
Amazing dude. He's that dude, man.
Yeah.
It's hypnotizing. I don't know the best way to describe it, but literally, because we had this long scene where he's just speaking, and I love the way he does things, and it may sound boring to you, but it's just kind of, you just kind of like wait for him to say something, because when they say action, he doesn't say anything, man. He takes like, he sits there until he's ready to speak, and you're just kind of like waiting. You're not like waiting like, God, when's this guy gonna say something? You're really like waiting, like.
You're anticipating.
Yeah, it's very. He's just such an interesting guy, and he's not like overly animated or anything. It's just that everything that comes out of his mouth is like magic.
And the second part of the question, favorite James Bond? Hopefully Daniel Craig's not listening.
I know. I don't think Daniel, but Sean Connery was my guy, man. I've always loved Sean Connery. I got sucked back into Bond as a fan when Daniel took over, and I mean that. And I'm honest when I say that. I love Daniel as James Bond, but Sean Connery, I don't know. There's something about that dude I just love.
Good luck in your career.
Thanks, man.
Hi there. I was just curious, what was your first reaction when you found out you were going to lose a match with Dr. Taylor?
I loved it. I thought it was great, man. Yeah, a lot of that stuff, I had a lot of input on this stuff. And it was great. Even the stuff like this, where, I couldn't get up from the duct tape and John got down on my face and did this. That's my idea. I love it. I love being the heel. I'm a good heel. I love putting guys over, man. I take pride in it. So no, I love it.
Did you have a reaction when you found out the term Batista trending on Twitter?
I just couldn't believe. You know what really upset me about that is because we were at a match where we all beat the hell out of each other. But that's what people walked away from the match with, what I was wearing. And it just, back in the day, like when I remember back in the day, everybody would break out their kind of flashy stuff for pay-per-views. Now everybody's in black. Everybody wears black. They wear it for the shows, they wear it for the pay-per-views. But I thought we were still doing that. I thought we were like being very colorful for pay-per-views. I remember Hunter, the first time seeing Hunter in purple and giving him crap about it, he was like, it's pay-per-view. But yeah, that's what bummed me out, is we really would put our heart and souls in that match, we put our bodies on the line, we beat the hell out of each other. Batista. That's all. That's what trends. I think that's what people remember. That breaks my heart.
Can you do me a favor and tell me how much you bench?
Yes, I can. I don't bench. So I bench 0. Yeah, no, I just don't do it. I mean, I train chest, but I just don't bench press. Yeah, I mean, I started lifting weights a little bit more this year because for a long time I was just so anti-lifting weights because I just I didn't want to be cast as a muscle-bound guy. I was trying so hard to fit, to blend in better. And because even when I go, like I'm small now, I'm 270 pounds. Well, this is small for me, but still, when I go to work on films, I'm still like 3 times the size of your average actor. So it's been rough trying to trim down so I don't look like a gorilla on set. But no, I just, I train chest and I just don't, I stay away from bench press. Exercise like that, they're just easy to get injured on. I just stay away from them because bench press to me is more of an ego thing anyway. Because people bench press so we can tell people how it's the right choice. This is really bad.
We'll do two more questions here, then we'll finally let you enjoy those M&Ms that have been staring at you the whole time. And we'll wrap up with a lighthearted one, but I did want to ask something something that's been bothering me for a while. Like when The Rock comes back, WWE helps promote his films. John Cena is promoted in Trainwreck, which really isn't suitable for the target audience, but when you came back and you had Guardians coming out, there didn't seem to be much in the way of promotion with that. How did that happen? Why wasn't there?
Because they don't support me. It's that simple. They've never supported me. I don't think they ever thought I was going to leave when they kind of gave me an ultimatum about leaving. And I felt like I needed to leave. I felt like I didn't have the same opportunities that other guys were getting, and I thought it was unfair. But I left the right way. I gave them plenty of time. I put guys over left and right. I went out on my back. I did everything right. I was told that I would always have a home there, but I got no love from that for years and years. And I'll share this story with you, and I haven't really shared it much publicly. But when I left the last time, I didn't want to leave. I left because I had promotional obligations for Guardians. But I wanted to come back for SummerSlam. I said that I would come back for SummerSlam, and I said, wouldn't it be great if I was back here for SummerSlam while Guardians was going to be out? Because Guardians is going to be huge. It's going to be the #1 movie in the world. And they laughed in my face. And they was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I was like, what else can I do? So I left and did my thing, but I've really gotten not much support from them. And I couldn't answer it. I couldn't answer the question as to why, but I just haven't.
Well, let's wrap things up here on a lighter note that in a fight, the wrestler Batista or Drax, who would win? Drax. You never know. You never know. Well, on behalf of Columbus, thank you for coming out this week.